Hello everyone. Today we are going to begin lesson number 4 of our driving license theory course, and I have a request for you again today. Please do subscribe to my channel and continue to follow all the lessons. So let's get started with lesson number 4. In today's lesson number 4, we will be thoroughly discussing various important aspects related to car lights. We'll explore the different types of lights found in a car. Following that, we'll cover the indicators, meaning how you can identify which specific indicator corresponds to which particular light. And then we'll delve into the rules for using lights, understanding precisely when to activate each specific light. Finally, I will share 20 important questions directly related to these topics with all of you. There are 7 different types of lights inside a car. I'll tell you exactly what those lights are, when you should turn them on, and where they are located. We need to check the headlights first. Headlights are located at the front of the car and they can be turned on in 2 modes, low beam and high beam. And there is a tail light. This is located at the rear of the vehicle. It has a faint red glow and it is connected in a way to the main headlight. The moment you switch on your headlights, whether you use the low or the high beam setting, it automatically illuminates from the rear along with them. Then after that, there are parking lights, which are also referred to as position lights. These are located on both the front and the rear of the vehicle. Towards the back, they are a light red color, and towards the front, they are white. This is to say, coming in third place is the brake light. These are found at the rear of the vehicle, and among all the various backlights located there, they are positioned right at the very top. They are distinctly red in color, and there are typically 3 of them in total, 2 situated on the sides and 1 positioned centrally. These lights automatically illuminate from the rear whenever you engage the brake pedal, serving as a clear signal. And then fourthly, we have the indicators. These are located on the left side and the right side, right there in the corner of the vehicle, and they are distinctly yellow colored lights. And whenever you need to make a turn or change your direction, you simply activate the indicator for that specific side. So this indicator's purpose is to clearly inform drivers who are approaching from behind, to let them know precisely where you intend to go. Next, at number 5, we have the reverse light. It's positioned right in the center among the indicators, the brake lights and the rear fog lights. It's distinctly white in color, and when you shift your car into reverse gear, it automatically illuminates. Next, we have the fog light. This is positioned at the very end, the last of all the rear lights. It typically comes in a very sharp red color and it's extremely bright and intense. You can also find these available in various other colors such as blue, yellow or white, but its distinctness is always very sharp and it remains clearly visible from a great distance. Following that, we have what's known as the hazard or warning light. Okay, these are essentially all 4 of your vehicle's indicators. When you press this particular button, all 4 of your turn signals immediately begin to flash, or it is also commonly referred to as an emergency light in a manner of speaking. Then there are indicators A, pose meaning meaning how can you tell from the symbol pose what condition the lights you see in front of you are operating in. If the light symbol in front of you is blue or green in color, pose, then this is considered normal. Pose meaning your light is currently on. This is clearly visible to you. If it appears in yellow or orange, it indicates a preliminary warning sign. However, if that particular symbol turns red, specifically, if you observe any symbol on your dashboard illuminated in a red color, then this signifies an emergency situation, a critical warning. You must respond immediately, you must take swift action, and you absolutely need to get your vehicle thoroughly inspected. After that, what is the distinction between headlights operating in low beam versus high beam? Here you can observe the image above. You'll notice that this vehicle's low beam is illuminated, which means its light is directed towards the ground. When you activate the low beam, it ensures that it does not bother or distract other drivers. The corresponding symbol for this feature is displayed in green color at the top of your dashboard, and the lines within it are clearly pointing downwards. This visual cue will tell you your car's low beam is active. And in the picture below, you can see that the light is up, meaning the high beam is on. And this is a blue symbol that appears on your dashboard when they are on. And its lines are perfectly straight. This means if the green colored symbol is illuminated, you will know that your low beam is currently active. And if it's the blue one, then that means your high beam is on. After that, the light glowing in the picture above is a fog light, and the symbol shown in the corner is the fog light indicator. If this appears in green on your dashboard, it means your car's fog lights are illuminated. And the symbol visible in the image directly below it, this represents the parking lights, which are also commonly referred to as position lights. So this symbol indicates they are active. You will then clearly understand that this particular light on your vehicle is currently switched on. Regarding all the lights that I've mentioned so far, there are specific rules for when to switch them on. These rules specify exactly when, at what moment, and under which conditions you must activate these lights. So, what exactly are these rules? I will now explain them to you in detail. First and foremost, during the daytime, we generally don't require any sort of light. Unless there's rain or snow or any other adverse weather conditions and it's normal daylight, then there's absolutely no need for you to switch on any lights. However, if you are in the process of parking your vehicle, then at that specific moment, you must activate either your position lights or your parking lights. Next, we have the low beam. That is the low beam of your headlights. In what situations should you turn it on? At night, you must definitely turn on your low beam lights. At night, you must turn them on. When crossing a tunnel, if you are driving through a tunnel, you must turn on your low beam. And if during the daytime there is rain or snow and visibility is less than 200 meters, if there is rain or snow and visibility is less than 200 meters, then in such a situation, you must definitely turn on your low beam. Next up, we have the high beam. When exactly should you activate the high beam? When there is complete darkness, when it's absolutely pitch black, you can turn on your high beams to see. But if you are driving behind another vehicle, or if a vehicle is passing you and the distance between your car and that vehicle is less than 50 meters, then in that situation you must use your low beam and not the high beam, even if there is complete darkness. However, if there is any vehicle around you within a distance of less than 50 meters, you need to switch off your high beam and turn on your low beam. Following this, we have the fog light. When exactly should you activate your fog lights? When there's extremely heavy rainfall or snow, in such a situation, you absolutely must switch on your fog lights. And when there's fog, meaning dense mist, and visibility drops below 100 meters, then you need to turn on your fog lights. You must remember these 2 points that they are quite important. This often leads to some confusion. When there's very heavy rain or snow, that is snow or very heavy rain, you certainly don't need to consider visibility at that moment. In such a situation, you must turn on your fog lights. However, in foggy conditions, when visibility is less than 100 meters, you must turn on your fog lights. Otherwise, you should not. And it's also very important for you to remember here that in such a situation, you must turn on the rear fog light, not the front one. So, next we have the hazard light, or what's also known as the warning light. In what specific situations are you allowed to activate these? Specifically, when can you turn on all 4 of your vehicle's indicators? First and foremost, in the event of an accident. If there has been an accident right in front of you and you have become aware of this situation, then you should press that button so that the vehicles approaching from behind can be properly informed and take caution. And the second thing to consider is if your vehicle is defective or if it has some kind of fault, you've seen an indicator or a warning symbol appear showing that your car has a particular problem, just like we learned about ABS or ESP in our previous lesson. So, and if you receive a warning sign from your vehicle, then naturally you'll need a little time to get to a garage. In such a situation, if you turn on all 4 indicators, this allows vehicles approaching from both front and rear to understand that there's a problem with your car and they can proceed with caution. And in the third scenario, if you're driving on the motorway and there's an accident or a traffic jam ahead, then in such a situation, you can also turn on your 4 warning lights. These are the only 3 cases where you can use them and not otherwise. Now, we'll tackle the questions from the exam related to the topic of light that we just covered. Afterwards, at the very end, we'll provide you with the answers. Question number 1 is, if you're driving through a tunnel and encounter a traffic jam, what steps would you take to ensure that drivers approaching from behind are made aware of the situation? Option number A is that you will turn on your 4 directional lights or warning lights or hazard lights as they are known. Option number B is that you will press the horn. And option number C is that you will press the horn and also turn on all 4 directional lights. Question number 2 is that if you are parking your vehicle in a location where parking is not permitted, then the best course of action is to park your car and turn on all 4 warning lights. Is this statement correct? Option number A is correct. Option number B is not correct. Question number 3 is this. If you are driving your vehicle and there's an extremely heavy type of fog, a dense mist all around, which specific light should you switch on? Option number A is that you should turn on both your front and your rear fog lights. Option number B is that you only need to switch on the front fog light. And option number C is that you only need to switch on the rear fog light. Question number 4 is asking us to identify which specific lights automatically activate themselves when you turn on the low beam setting. 2 rear tail red lights, 2 red tail lights, or 2 position lights or parking lights, or 2 front fog lights or 2 front fog lights. So which of these lights illuminate? So option number A is only the first one. Option number B is the first and second one. And option number C is the first, second, and third, all 3. Question number 5 is, if there's a lot of heavy mist, a lot of heavy fog, is it necessary to turn on the front fog light as well? Option number A is yes, and option number B is no. Question number 6, when you're driving during the daytime, in daylight, and there's rain, fog, or snow, or any other such condition, and you have to turn on your low beam because you can't see properly, up to how many meters? You need to give the correct answer here. Below how many meters of visibility should you turn on your low beam during the daytime? Question number 7 asks, when there is snowfall and snow is falling, you must turn on your rear fog light if your visibility drops below a certain number of meters. So you need to tell us the answer here. Below how many meters of visibility in snowy conditions should you activate your rear fog lights? Question number 8 is, if it's nighttime or evening and you are parking your vehicle on the road or on the side of the road, are you allowed to leave your vehicle's low beam headlights on, meaning keep them illuminated? Option number A is yes, and option number B is no. Question number 9 is this. If your vehicle is parked, in what specific situation are you permitted to keep your vehicle's rear fog lights switched on? Option number A states only in fog, specifically in foggy conditions. Option number B is that you can only use them in the event of fog or snow, or if it's actively snowing or there's fog. So in these 2 specific situations, you may do so. And option number C is that if it's fog, snow, or heavy rain, any one of these 3 conditions, then you can keep your car's rear fog lights switched on. The 10th question asks whether, when driving on the road within a built-up area, you should switch on your high beam light instead of your low beams. Is this statement considered correct? Option A suggests it is correct, while option B indicates it is not correct. Question number 11 is about evening time and you are parking your car on the side of a road where there isn't much light. So in such a situation, which light should you turn on? Parking lights, or the second option, 2 red tail lights, specifically the 2 red tail lights at the back, or low beams as the third option. You must select from these which particular light you want to turn on. Pause. Option number A is that you only need to turn on the very first one, which means just the parking light. Option number B is that you have to turn on the first and second lights, meaning the parking light and the 2 red tail lights, those 2 tail lights located at the rear. And option number 3, or rather option number C, is that you must keep all 3 lights illuminated, the parking light, the red tail lights, and the low beams. So you need to select one of these options. Question number 12 asks, if it's raining very heavily, but the visibility is still quite sufficient for you to see clearly, then in such a situation, what exactly should be done concerning the rear fog light? Option number A states that it should definitely be turned on. Option number B is that you should not turn them on if visibility becomes insufficient. And option number C is that you should not turn them on at all. Question number 13 is you must turn off your high beams if you are driving and another vehicle is less than how many meters away from you? Question number 14 is there is a lot of fog, and you're parking your car on the road. Which of these statements is not correct? Which one is wrong? Option number A is that you should turn on your rear fog light, the rear fog light. Option number B is that you should keep your position lamps, which are the parking lights, and the rear tail lamp, the red rear tail lamp, turned on. And option number C is that you should turn on your front fog light. Question number 15 is, can you turn on the 4 warning lights, the 4 hazard lights, to inform vehicles approaching from behind that there's a traffic jam ahead? That is, if there's a traffic jam ahead, can you use all 4 indicators to inform the cars coming up behind you? For option number A, the answer is yes. For option number B, the answer is no. Question number 16 is, when should the rear fog light be turned on when it's raining very heavily? In that specific situation, when should the rear fog light be activated? Option number A is visibility is less than 200 meters, less than 200 meters. Option number B is visibility is less than 100 meters, less than 100 meters. Or option number C is always. Meaning, whenever there is heavy rain, you should turn on your rear fog light. You should always turn it on. This is option number C. Question number 17 is, if there is no more snowfall occurring, meaning it has already happened and now it is not continuing, can you keep the rear fog light, the back fog light illuminated for some time? Option number A is yes. Option number B is no. Dek po altai batei. Question number 18 is, if it's raining very heavily during the day, you should turn on your low beam if visibility is less than a certain number of meters. You need to answer how many meters visibility must be reduced during heavy daytime rain for you to switch on your low beam. Question number 19 asks, on a road where there is little or no light, can you turn on your high beam instead of your low beam if there is no one in front of you or behind you? Is this statement correct? Option number A says it is correct. Option number B says it is not correct. Now, question number 20 is that you must keep your low beams on during the day if it's snowing and visibility is less than how many meters? That is, during the daytime, if visibility is less than how many meters in snowy conditions, then you can turn on your low beams. These are all the answers to the 20 questions that we just shared with you. These are the answers to all those options, so you can tally yours to see if you answered correctly or not. Thanks for watching this video, and to follow the next lesson, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, Javafa Open Courses, and God willing, the next lesson will be uploaded very soon. Until then, Allah Hafiz.